Hey guys, let me welcome Avi Raya from the US.
Yep.
And this will be a really value-packed crypto show for you. We will be talking about the global liquidity cycle that's coming and what Avi thinks that how it will influence crypto, and we will look into it into Cardano ecosystem because Avi is a specialist in Cardano. He's advising with tokenomics several Cardano projects, and at the end we will be talking about the most exciting thing, the first meme coin on Cardano. Avi, how do you enjoy Hungary? My first question.
Miggy, it's a pleasure to be here. We're at Lake Balaton if you want to show everyone. This is so beautiful. It's like something you would see in like a picture, almost like a painting.
Yeah, and you should coming back in summer as well.
Oh yeah, I will. I want to walk on this for longer. But yeah, I mean, I actually met Mickey. He's my girlfriend's cousin, and she kind of, made the introduction, and we were talking, and we realized we have a lot of familiarities, and we had a really nice discussion for 3 hours over some goulash.
Yeah.
So it was pretty interesting. But yeah, I'm from the US. I have a background in IT. For the past 7 years, I've been like an options and a futures trader. I've been in crypto for almost like 5 years now. I started in Cardano in 2021, and I've lost tons of money, more than you can count. And I made it my mission to basically make sure no one makes the same mistakes. And
that's a nice mission.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a saying, it's like a wise man learns from his mistakes, a wiser man learns from other people's mistakes. So,
yeah, so we should educate how to not make this, the same mistakes what we did.
yeah, and I see like a lot of people, so being a trader myself, right, I like to trade things that have high liquidity, which means that you can enter and exit without having to worry if there's a person to buy or sell, take the opposite side of the trade. And I see a lot of people trading in crypto, and it can be very lucrative, but it's an industry that is so early in adoption that I wouldn't fumble your bag trying to go leveraged all in on things, I'd rather buy value plays during the bear market and hold them until the bull market. I mean, we can get into
this is so simple, but people are influenced, emotional, that they want to buy when the price is stopping, and they want to sell when the market is crashing. So Avi, how do you see the next year? So next year will be the parabolic phase of the cycle, and also what do you see with global liquidity, how it will influence crypto? How far can Bitcoin and crypto prices going?
Yeah, of course. So, I mean, I always say that you can't predict the price in a free market, but you can always prepare. That's one thing you can guarantee is preparation. With that being said, I mean, crypto is just one asset class, right? There's multiple asset classes. It's one of the riskier ones too. And it makes the news when somebody gets rich, or it makes the news when somebody gets scammed, So it's a very extreme polarized thing. There's no in between.
Yes, so polarity and the two.
Yeah.
And
yeah. And this is what attracts humans, drama. Like, So
and excitement.
And all these crazy stories, So it's like the Wild West. With that being said, I mean, for people to invest in crypto, there's one of two reasons, right? Either they're trying to just make YOLO plays and make it like for their family, or they're like, okay, I have some spare cash on the side, let me go and invest, right? But your average person, for them to have spare cash on the side, the economy has to be doing well.
Yeah.
The prices, they can't be crazy. There can't be inflation, things like this. And it all comes down to one concept. Every day we go out there, we work, and we take our time and we trade it for this piece of paper that we agree holds value, which is fiat currency. Here it's the forint, in US it's the dollar. And there's a centralized organization that controls the supply of these units that directly measure our time, which is completely unfair,
And inflating our time, because all fiats are so inflated. Even for instance, much higher inflation than the US dollar, but also within 100 years, almost the US dollar lost 99.9% of its value. So it's crazy.
And so will most other fiat currencies. It's just a race of which country prints the slowest. It's funny because last time I came to Hungary 3 months ago, $1 was worth 365 forint. Today it's $1 is 400 for it. And I'm like, bro, it's been 3 months. Like,
Yeah.
I get a 17% discount because I'm from the United States. But anyway.
Yeah, but it's bad because we are living here.
It's very bad. But I would say the best way to look about this is the dollar is currently the global reserve currency. So you have to look at what controls the supply and the demand of the dollar itself. And that's the Federal Reserve, right? So this was an entity that's supposed to be private, created by JP Morgan and a few bankers and the government back in the day, because they didn't want one person bailing out the entire country.
Yeah.
So their mandate is basically to check unemployment and inflation. And depending on this, they're able to basically raise or reduce interest rates or do something called quantitative easing, or basically printing money.
Printing
right?
money.
So now, if you look at the way things are going for the past 2.5 years, interest rates have been extremely high. When interest rates are high, what happens is companies can't borrow cash for cheap, so they have to start laying people off. They have to start getting rid of departments, offshoring them, things like this. But the federal government, they just print more money. So I actually have seen both sides. I have a friend who works in the government. I worked in the private sector in healthcare. The healthcare company took the entire department, sent it to India to save money. The federal government kept hiring more and more people because they have to meet their budget. Otherwise, they cut the budget because they can just print more and meet the budget next year. So what I'm trying to say is they control the inflation rate. And when the inflation is high, people don't have spare money sitting on the side to invest in risky assets, aka crypto.
Yeah.
But that's when the prices are the most favorable, during the bear
Okay,
market.
so then we should buy that time when actually nobody has cash on the sideline to buy.
That's when you should be buying.
Yeah.
And that's when I bought, basically. I took a lot of risk. I actually took out some loans as well.
Oh.
With a double-digit interest rate, because I was like, okay, I did all the math, I did all the calculation. I wouldn't recommend anybody to do this.
You paid already back, or?
No, haven't.
Yeah.
But anyway, don't do this. Don't do this. But point is,
this is leverage.
this is leverage. But I was like, instead of betting my bag, I'd rather pay in dollars, But anyway, point is, so the global liquidity cycle is. This is, if you look at it like a human behaves like this and you make it bigger and bigger, same thing happens with banks, organizations, all these people. Once money becomes easier to borrow, then everybody has this wealth effect, like, oh, I'm rich,
Yeah.
And then you combine that with the Federal Reserve starting to print money. If you look, China already issued stimulus packages.
Yeah.
Right? So US, I feel like they're going to manufacture a crisis, or they're just going to start doing it, because the thing is, they have $36 trillion in debt. At a 5% interest rate, they're paying almost like $1.2 or $1.3 trillion a year just to service this debt. If the US was a business, it would be the worst business ever. But they have a superpower. They can just keep printing money.
I wouldn't give any loan to US.
Me neither. The Fitch downgraded their credit score from AAA to AA.
Yeah, but Fitch, all these rating institutions also they are in the game.
Yeah, they're in the game as well. But the point is, what's going to happen is I can guarantee two things. I can guarantee that every day time is going to continue to go.
Yeah.
And I can guarantee every single day fiat currencies are going to continue to lose value. Maybe not every day, but in the long term, they will.
Yeah.
It might change with one candidacy, but when the next president comes in, it's always something different. So what I'm trying to say is you want to hold things that retain value, right? And this whole concept of deflationary and fixed supply, people think gold and silver are fixed supply. Recently, El Salvador just discovered.
Just discovered a new, new stock.
But no matter where you go, there's only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And same with Cardano. There's only ever going to be 45 billion Cardano, and a few other currencies as well. So
cool. So then you think global liquidity will rise next year, and crypto just the same path? When do you see that the market can top and we should take profits?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't have price predictions. What I look at is sentiment, right? One thing I urge you guys to look at is the wealth effect and sentiment. So wealth effect is how rich do people feel, right?
Yeah.
Are people eating out more? Are they spending more money?
More, yeah.
Do they feel, because the government's going to hand out stimulus, money's going to become cheaper to borrow, their credit cards are going to become cheaper, and people get this feeling of wealth, right? But what the rich people actually do is during these times, they go and they keep on buying assets and securing loans and using that money and deploying it elsewhere to make greater returns. While people that are like in the middle class, lower class, they just keep on spending money that on liabilities and experiences.
So guys, you should be smart and just holding your crypto and just see when the market can top, and then just realize, take some profits on the sideline, and then you can invest in businesses, because I think that there will be so many opportunities in the RWA sector that you can invest in real life businesses with USDT or even with Ethereum or Cardano or other major crypto.
Actually, the other thing I wanted to cover is sentiment. Check out
sentiment.
Google Trends.
Okay.
If you look at Google Trends, there's a chart that shows you the interest in crypto, Cardano, these things over the past 5 years. Until that breaks the previous all-time high, I wouldn't even say we're in the mania phase yet.
Okay.
So my suggestion is take the initial investment out once you feel like you've done at least good returns and let the rest ride. At least that way you don't lose your initial, and take profits based on sentiment. I'm going to use sentiment as an indicator.
Yeah, sentiment is good because then price will follow sentiment. Cool.
Exactly.
So then we will follow sentiment and taking profit sometime maybe end of next year or early 2026. So let's talk about Cardano, because you are a really important person in the Cardano ecosystem working
I wouldn't say
with
important. But
yeah.
I have
You contributed to many Cardano projects and you see different layer ones can build value and provide more use cases. So how do you see Cardano? Which are the unique selling points of Cardano, or what is the direction that Cardano is developing?
So there's two different concepts, right? One is the projects that build on Cardano exist on any L1 chain, and they have the same things that they can mess up compared to any L1 chain. Let's focus on the L1 chain first, which is Cardano. So I think everybody that's been in crypto for a while knows the trilemma. You can either have speed, security, or scalability.
Speed, security, and scalability. Yeah.
You pick 2 out of 3 of those, and every blockchain has achieved that. So for example, Ethereum is secure, and it's somewhat fast, but it's not scalable.
Yeah,
so it took 7 years to get to Ethereum 2.0. So I think every chain has...
Solana is scalable, but maybe not secure.
Not secure, so it's scalable and fast, right? And the thing is, it has low fees, but that actually, low fees means low barrier to entry for bots and scams. So you can do thousands and millions of transactions without losing much money, you know? And I'm not talking down on any other chain, you know, for each their own. But for Cardano, I feel like it's the only one, in my opinion. There's a few others that have done this too, that have solved the trilemma, not in the best in every direction, but good enough in all directions to the point where it's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And now they have Hydra coming out. They have all these side chains and partner
What is
chains.
Hydro? Is it kind of side chain?
So yeah, Hydra is a side chain. Essentially, you can think about it like this. If you're going in an airport and you put all your luggage onto the plane, between the destination, you can move the luggage around as much as you want within the airplane. But once it lands, it's the same amount on the exit side. So it's like ZK proof. And what it does is recently they made this a side chain, and you can spin up a Hydra head, which is like it sits on top of a node, or it's its own type of validator node. And it actually, I think it did 1 million TPS. If you have 1,000 Hydra heads, each one's doing like
so it's also having scalability.
Yeah, and they compared it to how much Visa does. I think within 24 hours, it processed 2 billion with the
2 billion?
With the transaction, or 48 hours or something like this. You can check the exact numbers, but Visa does like 7 million in 24 hours.
Okay, so then Cardano is almost solving this trilemma.
Yeah.
And that is why it's also providing a good layer to build different...
Yeah. They built it with the security first principles, right? Like you measure twice, you cut once. And basically there's staking mechanism on Cardano. It's a proof of stake, right?
Yep.
The coins never leave your wallet. It's always your own custody, and you still earn.
And should you look somewhere in contract, or just staying in your wallet?
If you're participating in DeFi, that depends on what DeFi protocol you're using. But for the L1 itself, the coins stay in your wallet, and you point the wallet like you're pointing to a node.
Yeah.
And as long as you hold ADA in that wallet, you earn rewards. And you can still go use the ADA for anything you want.
Okay.
Once you swap it, it doesn't count towards the rewards. But you're never locking anything up.
Yeah, but my rewards depending on the amount that I'm holding in the wallet.
Exactly, and there's epochs. It's divided into epochs. Every 5 days is an epoch.
Okay.
So you get rewards, I think, every 5 days.
Cool, that's fine, because we have a cash flow then.
Yeah, and then the technology is very robust. You can actually, so it's written in Haskell. Military, NASA, these people also code in Haskell because it's a very bulletproof language. It's really good. And you can, in Cardano, you can send multiple assets in one transaction. So I can send you 500 combination of tokens, NFTs, all in one transaction. And
I give my address, just drop me some.
I got you. So yeah, I mean, overall, I think it's a very good blockchain. And you can see the government recently considered HBAR, Cardano, and a few others for the voting mechanism. I think the Dubai or Saudi Arabian police department uses it to establish forensic evidence on chain. Like, it's a serious blockchain because it's never been down. It hasn't had a single down day. The one time it went down, it was on purpose. They took it down, and the nodes were built to self-heal and self-correct themselves. And the entire network was back up and running by itself within 1 second, I think.
Cool. So then just say something about the meme coins, because we know when we want to get some exposure in an ecosystem, we can buy the underlying assets or the coin of the layer one. This is ADA. We can buy major decentralized exchange coin and a meme coin of
course, yes. So
the layer one.
I will say one thing is Cardano, everyone knows, has this diehard community, right? And having a community that strong is one of the precursors or the requirements to have cash flow or money entering the system. Now, within Cardano, you have SNEK is the largest meme coin, SNEK.
SNEK.
And it has a community that's a strong community within a strong community. So it's even stronger. And actually, SNEK has gotten to the point where it's the leading coin on the entire blockchain. And every project tries to partner with SNEK, and SNEK leads the way.
Oh, so other Cardano projects want to partner with SNEK.
SNEK. Even leading
cool.
like DEXs and lending platforms and everything, because it's funny, the entire story of SNEK, it was born from a meme. I think the founder wanted to get some money for a buffet or something. I forget the exact story. But even the origin story of SNEK is a meme. And the launch was very fair. There was no insider allocation. Even the founders had to go buy from the liquidity pool.
Okay, so fair launch. Yeah. Fair launch, and founders bought from the liquidity pool. That's nice.
And the way it currently stands is SNEK has the most healthiest liquidity to volume metrics. It has really good distribution. It has almost 40,000 holders now.
So then quite decentralized.
Yes, and it's, there's that thing of how much the top 100 holders hold in any meme coin.
The whales.
The whales, yes. SNEX is actually one of the lowest out of all the leading meme coins.
So there are no whales about 1 or 2% of the total supply, right?
Yeah, when you go look at the distribution on tap tools, you need an NFT to access it. You can see maybe 6 or 7 people have more than 1%. And the rest are like smart contracts and liquidity and stuff, and everybody else has less than 1%.
Cool. What is the market cap?
Currently, the market cap is 400 million. It was only 70
400
million about a month ago, actually. And now here's the interesting thing, right? SNEK is fully diluted, fully circulating, 100% circulating.
So no more dilution?
Never dilution. Actually, it has many different business models. It's the only meme coin in the entire crypto space with its own energy drink, SNEK Energy. It has a Stick-a-SNEK, which is a thing where they ship stickers around the entire world with QR codes, and people stick them up to spread awareness. They have multiple businesses. They have SNEK.fun, which is like Cardano's Pump.fun.
Pump.fun, Cardano. Cool.
Yeah, Pump.fun made millions of dollars, right? But there was never any token to capture that value. But now there is. It's SNEK. Right, so the money goes back into the SNEK treasury, used for buyback and burn. SNEK actually partnered.
Buyback and burn, then also the supply is shrinking.
It's shrinking,
right?
And what happens is as the volumes increase of the SNEK.fun meme coins and also of SNEK on the chain as well, you continuously see buyback and burn. So to give you an example, SNEK partnered with all of its 3 major liquidity pool DEXs and said has an agreement where 20% of all the organic LP fees come back to the protocol, and they use it to buy back and burn the token. They recently had a partnership with Flowdesk. Right now, they're listed on like 10 Tier 3 and Tier 2 centralized exchanges. So Flowdesk takes the liquidity, and then it balances the prices on-chain. So if there's a lot of buying activity or selling off-chain, it brings it on-chain, and all those volumes translate into buyback and burn.
Cool. So that's a new way of market making.
Yeah, I mean market making, but it's a revenue stream essentially, right? And so far, I think $9 million worth of SNEK has been burned.
Oh,
yeah. So it's about like
sounds good.
Yeah, about 1.7 billion. This month alone, I think they're doing about like 475,000 SNEK per day.
And the SNEK is listed just on decentralized exchanges.
So it's on chain. There's a few Tier 2s and Tier 3s, but here's the amazing part, right? This meme coin has such an amazing future because it hasn't been listed on a single Tier 1 exchange yet. And I know that they're working on this, and very soon I expect, I don't know the timeline, but I 100% guarantee Tier 1 exchanges will happen in 2025.
So guys, for SNEK 2025, a Tier 1 exchange listing is coming. Yeah. And I checked the chart, and I like this bull flag is forming.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting when it will broke out.
Yeah, so
and the next leg up.
So let me tell you something. The Chinese New Year starts, I think, January 29th, right? And next year also happens to coincide with when people expect crypto to go parabolic. Usually after the Bitcoin halving, 6 to 18 months after, you can expect a top. And next year in the Chinese calendar is the year of the snake.
Oh.
And there's only one leading meme coin, more than like hundreds of millions
SNEK.
market cap, SNEK. So there's people saying this thing can go past 5 billion, 10 billion, 15, 20 billion. Murad talks about meme coins with strong communities. It doesn't promise utility. It's straightforward. SNEK meets all of his criteria and surpasses a lot of them on his list as well, you know? And,
Yeah. Cool. So Avi, when can our viewers follow you?
Oh, yeah, sure. My Twitter handle is NAVIR333, N for Nancy. My profile picture is a chicken.
Okay.
So chicken.ada. But yeah, if you want to talk more about...
Also, the Twitter profile of Avi is in the description.
Yep.
Follow there. And so, guys, I really enjoyed the conversation with Avi. So let's make some follow-up podcast and see you in the next year and buy some snack before the new Chinese year starting.
Yep, none of this is financial advice. Take care, guys. Thank you.
Cool.